Catwoman number 23, written by Ann Nesenti, art by Rafa Sandoval, Scott McDaniel helping out with both, actually. So last issue, Catwoman went down into the Gotham Underground. She was told by Dr. Phosphorus that she needs to help and deliver his daughter to a rival clan down there so that they can get their tribes all fixed up together. Then they rode off on horses wearing gas masks. This issue picks up. They've apparently been riding for miles. They have no idea where they are. There's lava beneath them. And so Catwoman decides to check her map, but the map is, of course, uncharted at this place. So they notice that this little cat that's been following Catwoman around kind of like guides her up into a like different spot. And Catwoman's like, I don't trust that cat. It's an ugly cat. And the princess is like, are you serious? You're Catwoman. What do you mean you don't like a cat? And it's like, I don't know. It's just not a good cat. So they make their way up to some vents. Mind you, they're also bringing like a dozen goats everywhere they go. I don't remember this being part of the deal, but sure. So as they look down these vents, they're like, yeah, okay, this one is flooded, which means that it must lead to the Nethers because that one was flooded. And then the other one is Prohibition era because there's whiskey bottles in it. So we're going to take that. So they make their way down. And as they do, the princess attacks Catwoman because she's like, I don't want there being any other women. I want them to just see me. And that way they'll know that I'm like the real deal or something. Catwoman's like, are you stupid? I'm not going to stay here. What the hell is wrong with you? And so she pins the princess to the wall and begins spanking her. It's not as sexy as it sounds. So at that point, the Warhogs show up, the tribe they're looking for. They start shooting at the two of them. They run off, but the cat stayed behind, so Catwoman has to go and save the cat. And so the Warhogs are able to catch up. They grab hold of Catwoman, and the princess is like, I'm going to leave because this is a bit much for me. But, of course, the hallway that she goes down is a dead end. So they're all captured by the Warhogs and everything goes dark. And when they wake up, they're in essentially a mud room where they're taking off all of their like gas masks and gear and stuff like that. They brought the goats because, of course, they did. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to have to detox you. We make sure no outside contaminants come in. It's a bunch of gas. It's going to make you pass out again. So they start flooding the room with gas. And Catwoman's like, I got to stay up to prove how strong I am. And she does. And she's like, oh, yeah. Take that, testosterone, boys. So then the big guy comes in. His name is actually Warhog. He's the leader. And he basically is like, all right, yeah, look, you want to marry the princess off to my son. It's going to depend on what he wants. We'll go get him. In the meantime, let me give you the tour. And he basically says, we're the ones from Fallout. We're the ones who think there's going to be a nuclear war up there or some horrible biohazard or something. And we're all going to be down here in this totally airtight, totally safe, totally self-sustainable place. And Catwoman's like, this place isn't that airtight. I found like 17 ways I could get in. And he explains, yeah, so I've been making this bacteria that if we ingest it, will make us immune to everything up there, including radiation. And so I'm going to infect all of us with it. And Catwoman's like, wow, you're talking about your own biohazard when you're worried about the up there doing biohazards. And it's like, it's totally different. Like, this one is a cure. Their thing could be bad. Don't pretend like it's the same. She's like, it sounds pretty the same to me. So he explains that, yeah, remember that hole opened up and you went down it? They filled it up with cement. My guys went to go check it out, and we see one of the guys, as they are leaving with their gas mask on, has a rat tail. So rat tail is alive, I guess. So at that point, the guy's son comes in, and the bodyguard comes in. The princess is like, oh God, he's ugly. And then the actual son comes in. He's like, oh, never mind, you're hot. And he's like, you would dare judge based off of just something as stupid as looks? This is a political marriage. Why does it even matter? But regardless, I don't like you. You're stuck up and snobby, and I would only sleep with you just to give a son. That's it. So not interested. Then we cut to a mystery character who's not actually a mystery character because she's on both the cover and the back of this trade. But regardless, mystery character who is apparently the real owner of the ugly cat, and the ugly cat reports back as like a spy, but it's still just a cat, and saying like, you're saying that there's this political marriage going on, and then blah blah blah. Well, luckily in the Nethers, I'm able to flood the entire underground anytime I want. That's my failsafe. So they go back, and we see that one of the dudes down here in the Warhogs apparently was up on the surface and was trying to steal a crystal that Catwoman got in the way of. I don't remember any of this, but he's like, "Hey, this girl stopped me from stealing a thing. Get her out of here. She's bad news." And so Catwoman flips him, takes the biotoxin thing that is, as far as they describe it, something good that can make people live longer. But regardless, Catwoman's like, no, it could destroy Gotham. And the only explanation we get here is that it hasn't been fully tested. He's still working on it. And like the rabbit that it was tested on died. So this version is bad, but that doesn't mean every version is whatever. So anyway, he basically says like, well, you said this place is totally sealed off. I'm wearing a gas mask. I could throw down this vial right now and kill all of you because all your stuff is back in the front room and you don't have time to go get to it if you don't let us walk out of here now. So they say, yeah, fine. We just want you out of here. But like, leave the vial. We're still working on that. And she's like, no, I'm not gonna. So her and the princess managed to leave the Warhog's place, saying now that war is inevitable because sure, why not? And then we see that the mystery character steps up and is like, princess, it seems you've been rejected. How about you come and take a look at my side of things? And we see that the person that this is the Joker's daughter, which she doesn't get named that in this. It's just a random person wearing Joker's face. But we all know it's Joker's daughter. So, yeah. I could follow it. I mean, it sounds like a stupid positive to give of I could follow it, but like, that's not a given on this book. That's something that you can't take for granted with Catwoman. In regards to everything else about it, who cares? Like, it's got this story in mind, and it doesn't care about whether or not it makes sense. We've got these three tribes, these three groups in the Gotham Underground that act as if, like, we're Mad Maxing it, that there's no one else around, when in actuality there's an entire civilization upstairs, and all you gotta do is just go up there. I don't understand what the point of all this is, but regardless, it's got its own little mythology. I'm not opposed to the ideas it has, just the execution. It's, why was there a spanking scene? I don't understand. I'm gonna give this one a flat 5 because unlike a lot of other issues in this trade, in this book in general, this one didn't make me angry reading. I wasn't happy reading it, but it felt like just absolute sheer neutral of you couldn't have made me care less if you tried. So flat 5 it is, and we'll see more info about the Joker's daughter somewhere in Villains Month.